Hopefully this won't become a trend, but once again, let's see if I remember how to do this. What's happening, everybody? Justin, Bridgewater's Finest on YouTube, Blockbuster_guy on Twitter, and welcome to today's Finest for April 18th, 2018, fueled, as always, by Nerd Teas. Today's blend is Strawberry Power Up. It's delicious. It's a nice kick in the butt with some energy for a dreary Wednesday morning. Strawberry Power Up from Nerd Teas. It finally came. The mail is here. We did it, guys. But before we get into the mundane task of checking the mail, due diligence, let's get that sub count up there. And the sub count has been going up, due in no small part, I'm sure, to the NHL videos and finding at least a little bit of traction with those videos. We're up 4 subscribers since we did the last episode at the end of March. We got 132 to go to hit that magic 1,000 subscriber mark where I might be able to get my YouTube partnership back. Fingers crossed. And while you're taking the time to hit the subscribe button, also take the time to make sure you follow the channel on Snapchat, BWF_902. Get some behind the scenes stuff you can't see anywhere else. That's on the Snapchat channel, and that is BWF_902. And what is it, you may ask? What have I been waiting so long to get, and what's so important that today's Finest had to almost be put on the back burner until it finally got here? This. Folks, this is the first Star Trek Mission Crate. Now, this is a subscription crate through Loot Crate, and anybody that knows me knows that I have been a massive Star Trek fan for a long time, dating back to the first time that I saw the first episode of Next Generation. At that point, I was like, I'm in for this show. Like, you have me hooked. I'm ready for this. I've watched the entire series of Next Gen from first episode to last. I've watched bits and pieces of every other Star Trek IP. I'm pretty sure I've seen all the movies now at this point. Star Trek is a big part of my formative years watching television, right up there with The Simpsons and shows of that nature. So when Loot Crate announced that they were putting out a Star Trek specific crate, I was like, okay, I am down for this. Now, anybody who may be watching who already has the Star Trek Mission Crate is going to look at this and go, that crate's been out for like 2 months. And you're right. And that's a very interesting story that we will get into before we open this. Gather round, children, while Master Bridgewater's Finest tells you the tale of the Star Trek Mission Crate. Ooh. So we have to go back to the summer. I think it was either July or August. Loot Crate made the announcement that we're going to do a crate specifically just for Star Trek. And not only are we going to do that crate that's going to come out once every 2 months, better curated items, a little more expensive, but specific to Star Trek. Not only are we going to do that, but our first crate is going to be dedicated completely to Wolf 359. For the uninitiated, Wolf 359 is the battle between the Starfleet Federation and the Borg when the Borg are trying to race to Earth in order to colonize and destroy Earth. It's a pivotal storyline in the Next Generation universe because it's when the Borg capture Jean-Luc Picard and transform him into Locutus of Borg. So I subscribed late in the summer, and the crate wasn't going to be coming out until, I believe, either late November or early December. I figure, okay, it'll be a Christmas crate. As anybody who's involved in the subscription box service, either as a customer or as a creator knows, it's a bit of a volatile business. So, you know what? Loot Crate went through some interesting issues with ownership and stuff like that. There was a whole big brouhaha that happened. And in the process, the Star Trek Mission Crate got delayed. It wasn't a massive delay. It was from like December to February. So it wasn't going to be a Christmas crate anymore. But I was like, you know what? It's only 2 more months. Big deal. It'll give them some extra time to really knock this curation out of the park. No big deal. So February comes and February goes. And not only have I not received the crate, which is not a big deal because part of the underscoring of this is I live in Canada. So anything coming to me from the United States, it's not going to get here quick. But not only have I not received the crate, I haven't even received a tracking email yet. and they've already started advertising the second crate. And before I go any further, Loot Crate's customer support is like A1. Like, the guys were great that I dealt with. George and Gerald, I think, were the two guys' names. They were both great. So if anyone from Loot Crate happens to be watching this video, your customer service is A1. You got some really good people out on the front lines. But I fired off an email just saying, like, hey guys, I know the crate's been delayed, but I haven't even gotten a tracking email yet. So I'm a little concerned about that. Gerald emails me back, apologetic, sends me my tracking information, which is great. So I get to watch it up until about the 12th of March. And the 12th of March, the crate enters something called foreign receipt. So basically what I was instructed by George, who I emailed later, I was instructed that basically this means that Canada Customs has it. And Canada Customs is like, you can't contact them. So it's in foreign receipt, it's in foreign receipt, it's in foreign receipt. 3 weeks basically go by and this thing hasn't moved. But on the tracking information that Gerald gave me, I could see a United States Postal Service tracking number. This is where things get good. So I figure I can go to the USPS website, put this tracking number in, and at least find out when it actually got to customs, get a general idea, hopefully, maybe, of what kind of time frame that I might be looking at. Basically, I'm just begging for information at this point. Sorry, I got something in my throat. Anyways, I go to the USPS website, I plug in this tracking number, they have no information at all. As far as they were concerned, with this tracking number, they never even received the package. All I know at this point is the USPS received a digital marker that a package was going to be coming to them. That was on March the 3rd. After that, as far as they're concerned, absolutely nothing happened. So I spoke with somebody at Canada Post because, again, you can't contact customs. So I thought, well, I'm going to give it a shot and talk to somebody at Canada Post. And I wish I remember the guy's name because, again, he was incredibly helpful. And I've never had anything but good experiences with customer service through Canada Post. So they've got some good people up front as well. I can't remember the guy's name. And he took about 10 minutes going through everything he could think of. And he literally came back to me, and I appreciate honesty. And he came back to me and he said, honestly, I don't know what to tell you. This is one of the strangest things I've ever seen. He said, it looks like one of our facilities in Vancouver might have it and might have gotten it on this day, but there's no update beyond that. So again, I'm like, okay, this package could literally be anywhere between California, Vancouver, and my hometown. So this package could be literally almost anywhere in North America at this point. I took the advice of the guy at Canada Post. He said, look, we think we've got it on this date, but there's also a weekend in there. So leave it for a few days and just see if the tracking information updates. If it doesn't, get in touch with the vendor, who was Loot Crate, and say, look, I need an investigation initiated that has to be done on their end. They have to initiate it with the U.S. Postal Service, who would then communicate with Customs, who would then communicate with Canada Post, and we'll figure out where this thing is. So I said, okay, waited a few more days, nothing. Didn't move on any of the tracking information, absolutely nothing updated. So I fire off another email to Loot Crate saying, look, I've waited for this now for X amount of time. I'd like you to do a couple of things for me if you don't mind. Initiate the investigation with USPS and either send me a replacement crate or refund me, because for all I know, this thing is on a boat on its way to Taiwan. Like, I have no idea where this crate is. So I send off that email as I'm getting ready to go to work. I open my front door, and on my doorstep is the first Star Trek mission crate. Somehow. I have no idea. I don't know who brought it. I didn't see who brought it. There's still no tracking information on it anywhere that it even ever left California. But there it is on my doorstep. So then I have to turn around and email Loot Crate again and say, yeah, disregard my email from about an hour ago. Somehow, some way, this thing actually showed up on my doorstep. So it's the single weirdest mailing experience that I think I have ever had. And it's nobody's fault. I'm not making this to blame Loot Crate. It's not Loot Crate's fault. It's not the USPS's fault. It's not Customs' fault, although maybe. It's not Canada Post's fault. It's just somewhere communication stopped and nobody had any answers. And again, it's not anybody's fault. I was just like, where's my crate? So, hey, it showed up. Again, it was a weird mailing experience, but now it gets to be a funny story because all's well that ends well. Such is the story of... No, okay, let's just unbox the crate. Now again, this is going to come as no surprise what's in the crate to most people who would be watching this, because this crate's been out for a couple of months, and I think the second one is due any time now, actually. But look, I've waited for this for a long time. I'm damn sure going to unbox this thing on video. Opens from the bottom here, so that pops open, and that pops open. Got the nice design on the inside there too, which is great. All right, here we go. Start, as always, the most important one, the t-shirt, and I can already tell that I'm going to absolutely love this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's tremendous. So, we'll just hold it up here so hopefully you can tell. It is the Starship Enterprise NCC 1701D with kind of a cool green, almost like Borgish background to it. Almost looks like, technical schematics and stuff like that. This is an awesome shirt. This is like a 10 out of 10 already t-shirt. I will wear this constantly because, look, I love the franchise. NCC 1701D is my ship. So I will wear this. If I didn't have to wash this, I'd wear it every day. So we're trending at about a 10 out of 10 for this crate so far. So let's see what other goodies we've got. We're going to pick this back up. All right, now this is the real focus piece, I believe, of this whole crate. Jean-Luc Picard as Locutus of Borg. So this is a really big deal. So there's the figure. And again, this is the real centerpiece of the whole crate as far as I'm concerned. Jean-Luc Picard, again, the greatest captain in Starfleet history, as Locutus of Borg, and that is a really, actually well put together little piece. The cables are flexible, they move a little bit, so they're not gonna snap. That's tremendous. We're keeping our 10 out of 10 here, because as far as I'm concerned, that's a 10 out of 10 figure. That is awesome. Deep dive for more goodies, and we've got one more boxed piece here, which is, oh snap. Oh, look at it. It's so awesome. Oh my God, I'm so happy right now. Like, there's not much that this crate could have done to make me happier. Holy, does it detach? I had, when I was a kid, a big foam version of the Enterprise that did detach. And I should have been a writer for Next Generation with the adventures that I had with that foam detachable whatever. Oh my God, it was so much fun. I can't adequately explain how overjoyed I am right now. Like, this is literally Christmas Day. Like, this is so... this is one of those things that I've just always wanted. And now to kind of have it in my hand is awesome. So far the crate's trending at about a 14 out of 10. So let's see if we can't finish strong. Okay, so this is why they ask, when you subscribe for this crate, they ask what division of Starfleet you want to be in, I guess. And I chose Command because it's Command. So this is why it's a Starfleet division badge. And there's obviously different badges for different divisions. And now this is from Star Trek Discovery, not from Next Generation, but it's metal. It's got a magnetic clasp, which keeps it in place. Oh, dude, that's so cool. That is awesome. I can't wait to be a gigantic nerd and wear this on everything that I wear. All right, crate is trending at a 42 out of 10 at this point. Let's see what else we've got in here. And look, And like, no wonder this takes 2 months to curate, because like there's still some stuff in here. Okay, so this is some free gear for the Star Trek Online MMORPG, which I've actually never tried. Tier 1 ship, ground and space gear, and exclusive loot crate emote, and more. That's kind of cool. I mean, look, it's not something that I've ever played, but not saying it's not something that I wouldn't, give a shot to try out, right? So, got some free stuff in that. So we've got a Resistance is Futile decal, which actually I would throw on my laptop. I might have enough space for that potentially on my laptop. So that's obviously from the Borg. Resistance is Futile. Basically our magazine, just the insert that shows all the stuff that's there. And if I can get in close enough on that, you can see the difference between the command badges and the badges for science and tactical and everything else there. So 4 different badges depending, command, science, ops, and medical. So to be perfectly honest about this crate, it's a 10. Like it has to be a 10. It is the best crate, best single crate that I think I have ever received. Even if you don't want the crate every 2 months, just to have this first crate and all the awesome stuff that I've just pulled out of it, like, this was so awesome. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this return episode, again, of Today's Finest. But here is your hook for next time. I talked to you on the last episode that I kind of wanted to get into the gun reform debate from down in the US and even sort of in Canada. I still want to do that, but, like, I'm on vacation. And on Thursday, I'm actually headed into Halifax, the capital city of our province, and I'm heading in for 4 days to stay in a hotel, play blackjack, eat terrible food, watch movies, and create content for a new project that I'm actually really excited to be a part of. And you guys are going to learn all about that on the next episode of Today's Finest. Look for that early next week after I get home and kind of, recover from my weekend away. Also, look, I've forgotten to do it a few times. I got to pump Nerd Tees tires again, just one more time. And I'm doing it for a specific reason, because I've gotten somebody on board. Somebody's on board. Somebody made a Nerd Tees purchase last night. That someone is the Prog Father himself, Gio DeFranco. If Gio himself endorses the Nerd Tees, which I know he does, you got to get in on that. Promo code BWFinest. The promo code saves you 15% at checkout. It's so worth it, guys. Nerd Tees is delicious. Keeps you warm since spring is refusing to show up across most of Canada and a large part of the States. That's it for me, Justin, Bridgewater's Finest on YouTube, Blockbuster_guy on Twitter, fueled as always by Nerd Tees, Today's Finest, April 18th, 2018. And I'm going to go play with my toys. Bye.